Hello and good morning, everybody. Welcome to the pre-market prep session for August 28th, 2024. We are here, locked and loaded, ready to see what the market has for us today. We've got a big earnings on deck with NVIDIA reporting today after the bell. So I'm sure all eyes will be on that. I'm sure that there are tons and tons of traders out there just waiting to be IV crushed. Um, just kidding, unless it happens, in which case, that's how it goes. That's the earnings season. But I'm excited to get into what we have going on today. There has been kind of nonstop soap opera type market news that has been dropping recently. We have, kind of scandal that was going on with super microcomputers and Hindenburg dropping kind of their research, essentially saying that SMCI is built on a throne of lies. I discussed it a little bit yesterday in the group via one of the Loom videos, but I think it's just funny. Like, I wonder if there's any restrictions on Hindenburg against doing this, because let's be honest, if I had the ability to come out and say, hey, I checked that guy out and he's shady and I can make money off of, their reputation being disparaged, I feel like at some point that's got to be looked at as manipulation. So I don't know if there are any investigations into Hindenburg or if there's any regulatory oversight or body into them, right? Who does regulation when it comes to these independent bodies that do these evaluations and investigations into companies? I don't know, right? But it made for some craziness overnight. We had SMCI, gapping down, and that of course affecting IWM, as SMCI is part of the Russell. But yeah, just like interesting news kind of happening left and right, and we'll see if we can keep up that crazy train here this week. As always, I'm here. I'm your host, Adam Holland, stock options expert market strategist. Um, and back rocking the new Blackwell hoodie, which, as you guys might have seen, if you haven't, you can go check this out to pre-order that. I'm fortunate enough to be able to, get mine before the pre-order, but after I wore this once, a few of you guys reached out, to see, hey, is this up? Is this live? The answer then was no, but the answer is yes now. So you can go ahead, check that out, get cozy, got the embossed hood on. I know I'm going to be rocking this a lot in the winter time, especially on my runs, because I have a hat that matches it pretty perfectly. Got a highlighter hat. I'm a big highlighter guy. I like to stick out. I like to live life, different from the crowd. And, I love to kind of make sure that I'm repping my intentions each and every day, because we're all about intentions here. And my intention is building Black wealth, right? It's really all wealth, but specifically, I have a soft spot and a passion for people that look like me, because I feel like a lot of times those resources aren't really propagated amongst my community. So that's something that's very important to me, especially when you do have plenty of Black people that do come across money, right? They do find their way into wealth, and some not full wealth, but at least being better off, but still end up being so cash poor, which is something that I hate for us, right? If you're out here making 200 grand, 250 grand, and you're cash poor and you can't cover a $5,000 expense, there's an issue, right? Um, and that's what Black Wealth is about: the knowledge, the mindset, all of that stuff that we practice here each and every day. That is endemic to the movement. So excited to be wearing it, excited to be repping it. And I'm honestly excited for fall weather too. That's my favorite thing about my birthday, is that it signifies that we're about to get into colder weather. And I'm a big like layers guy, hoodie guy. Like, most of the time you come in while I'm like trading or working, I'm hooded up. Right, I'm straight. I'm like this. I'm locked in. I got the blackout curtains. Don't disturb me. Right, I'm in motion. So I'm excited for fall time, fall weather. Throw a two in the chat if you're a big fall weather person too. I love it. I think the fashion's better in fall. You get to layer things up, really, really show off your fits. So I'm a big fall guy, and won't be able to wear this all day because apparently it's supposed to be 97 today. So crazy Maryland weather is back, but it was cold at 6 a.m. walking Miss Stevie out there this morning. So I'm bundled for now. We just got the AC bumping. So our top news here, we were just talking about a little bit. The most important stock. That's the headline. Wow. We're in a wild, wild, wild time period, right? So, if history is any guide, there will be some big moves after the bell today. Nvidia is scheduled to report Q2 results with options markets already showing outsized activity. Before the numbers reveal the latest inning of the AI revolution, the stock has moved an average of about 8% after earnings over the past 12 quarters. And should that happen again this afternoon, it would result in a market cap move of around $250 billion, which is bigger than many US companies. Off the charts, Q2 EPS and revenues are expected to come in at 64 cents, which is up 138%, and $28.7 billion, which is up 113% respectively. Sheesh, doubling the level seen only a year ago. It's even more impressive with margins in the mid 70% range despite pressure from recent capacity expansions. Most importantly, investors are going to want to hear more impressive guidance along with the product roadmap that it will take to achieve those figures. Keep an eye on commentary surrounding the next generation Blackwell chip, refuting reported delays, as well as current Hopper sales, especially the new H200 GPU. I love mentioning stuff like this because it makes me feel like I know about computers, but I don't know diddly squat about computers. Demand is likely intact through 2025, with many companies warning of greater risks of underinvestment in AI rather than overspending. But there could also be pressure given the sky high expectations. Nvidia shares are up a whopping 159% in 2024, accounting for around a quarter of the S&P 500's year-to-date return of 18%. Wow. I mean, literally 25% of the S&P's run is due to Nvidia. This means a lot is riding on the results of this one company, which is the symbol of the AI story, the Magnificent Seven story, the overall market story, and even the US growth story. In terms of seeking alpha commentary, so far so good with the signals we see from TSMC and SMCI's most recent earnings reports. Foxconn commentary helps as well. So far we've had a few, chip makers report TSMC, SMCI. According to Hindenburg, you can't trust what comes out of SMCI's camp, but you gotta either take that or leave it. But based off of the chip makers that have reported thus far, it's been good news. Um, Blackwell is on its way. The GB200s are going to crush expectations in fiscal year 2026. We are getting the green light from suppliers. The delay is immaterial at this time. Demand slash big tech capex remains high. And let's be real, nothing can stop what's coming. So that was investing group leader Beth Kindig with that bullish rhetoric there as we head into NVIDIA's earnings after the bell today. I don't normally play NVIDIA earnings. Volume, I got a question, on this earlier before the bell. Volume is typically messy with NVIDIA earnings. That's just how it goes. Like you can get kind of volume all over the place, right? You can get volume all over the place during NVIDIA's earnings and heading into it. So if I see something that makes me like it and want to take a chance, I will. But overall, I'm not the person that's out here ripping and running, throwing big bets on NVIDIA's earnings. Let me see here. Now, AI news taking jobs. Swedish firm Klarna, ticker KLAR, is expecting a further reduction in its workforce after its employee numbers shrunk from 5,000 to 3,800 over the past year. So they're cutting more people after already cutting a significant portion of their workforce already this year. CEO Sebastian Siemiatowski told the FT, quote, internally, we speak directionally about 2,000. The popular buy now, pay later has already imposed a hiring freeze and expects natural attrition, along with AI taking over in areas like customer service and marketing. It is already happening, right? Make sure I talk about this each and every day. You need to know how to put your money to work for your markets, how to utilize AI, right? Marketing. I literally just posted an AI Made Easy, right? The education AI based subscription group that I have following everyone who was a part of Kaizen had an opportunity to join that. Just posted this morning an hour long step by step tutorial on completely automating your social media content using artificial intelligence, right? Using different systems like these, you can single-handedly become a one-person SaaS company, just you yourself, by going to companies, going to people and say, hey, I set this up. It's an automation. You set it and forget it. right? Pay me for it. You can have it. And I'll tailor it, do whatever you need to do because you got to make sure that you set up the prompts right. You got to make sure that you put the right steps into the automation. You have to make sure that it works. You got to make sure um, that it has the next necessary functionality in terms of posting when you need it to post and all that good stuff. Um, but it's one of those things where, again, if you position yourself, all these companies cannot wait to fire more people. Position yourself between what they're moving toward, right? Put yourself, if they say we need AI, we need this, we need AI enabled systems, we need that, cool. I'll make AI enabled systems and I'll learn and I'll execute. And that way I'll always be able to make money, right? Because all of these companies want to institute AI, large and small companies, right, that we work with on the consulting side, they want to institute AI and they're like, yeah, we don't exactly know how. Okay, cool. I'll show you. They don't question it. No one cares where you went to school anymore. No one cares if you went to school. No one cares what kind of background that you have. Do you make stuff that works? If you make stuff that works, then you're going to be completely fine. People will pay you for it. And you will, it won't matter if you're one of these people laid off at Klarna or Apple or Microsoft or any of these other companies, FedEx, the federal government, right? It won't matter. But rest assured that there are people that are coming after those jobs that aren't just AI, right? Because at the end of the day, if I can create systems and those systems might end up displacing a social media manager or something like that, it is what it is. That's where life is already headed, right? So I have no qualms about being that person that is getting 1% better, putting forth the effort, putting forth the work, and then bringing home the bacon because of it. The world is changing each and every day, and that in and of itself is natural selection that we have to be ready for, right? That's why we get 1% better each and every day because I'm not going to be prey, right? I will not be prey. I'm always looking to be the one that is making the strike, proactively planning, right? You don't want to have your guard down in this world because there's so much stuff changing. So get around other people that are wolves, right? Moving in a pack decisively, well thought out, right? Constructively, pushing each other, building each other up, making each other stronger as a group. Find your group of wolves and then get after it because there are people out here and you're either going to be doing the hunting or you are going to be hunted. And there's a few thousand people at Killarna that are about to be someone's lunch. In terms of stock news here, and again, this isn't a fear monger or anything. You should be scared if you have nothing to do in order to prepare, right? If somebody said, hey, they're coming to rob your house, it's unsettling, right? Am I scared? No. Why? If I know you're coming around my house, I'm going to prepare for it, right? I'm going to be like Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone. You're going to have bowling balls hitting your face and, you know, hot door handles and all that stuff, right? You've got time to prepare. It's the same thing. I'm not scared if I have time to prepare. If there's going to be a storm, I'm not scared if I have time to prepare, right? If there's going to be a recession, I'm not scared because I have time to prepare. There's going to be a different president that's in office than the one that I anticipated. I don't care. I'm not scared because I had time to prepare. All you need is time to prepare, then execute. That's the name of the game, always. Now, stock news, $1 trillion club. Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway is inching toward joining the coveted $1 trillion club, with its market capitalization reaching close to $993 billion on Tuesday. Berkshire shares have gained 29.2% this year and are up 7.5% since its last earnings report. If its market value hits $1 trillion, that would make it the eighth U.S. company to ever reach the milestone and the ninth globally. Investing group leader Daniel Jones, I thought that was just the subpar quarterback for the Giants, believes Berkshire's stock is worth the premium, while Reader's Digest said its recent rebound leaves limited upside. Yeah, I mean, if that if that happens, congrats to Warren Buffett. I doubt he cares. He is a guy that I just could not see being over the moon or really caring too much about the market value hitting 1 trillion. Um, but I think it is a great testament to what he's been able to do over the course of his lifetime, which is nothing short of spectacular and miraculous. And there are a lot of great things to be learned from him, and to carry forward, right? To carry forward and internalize because the guy is a genius and he did things where he developed a system. The system worked, he refined it, he continued to get a little bit better. He didn't deviate from the system for every new shiny object that came out, right? For every new indicator or service or this, that, and the third, right? He found what worked for him, stuck to it, and it made him wealthy. It also is going to help him leave a legacy. So congratulations to the GOAT, right? The Oracle of Omaha. Now, sports news pre-approved in a move that would finally bring Wall Street to the richest U.S. sports league. The NFL is now allowing private equity players to pick up minority stakes of up to 10% in NFL teams. That's fun. The approved PE firms include the likes of Ares Management, ticker ARES, Arctos Partners, and Sixth Street, and are expected to bring in huge investments. Recall that the Washington Commanders was sold to Apollo, ticker APO, co-founder Josh Harris for a record $6.05 billion in 2023. Other leagues are already, I think they meant allowing their teams to sell up to 30% of equity to a PE fund like the MLB, NBA, and NHL. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that we just got it out of grubby Dan Snyder's hands. Like that's really what we needed. We needed Washington to be out of his crusty hands, and I'm excited for what the future holds. For Washington. I hope we change the name. I'm over the Commanders. It just sounds really weird. Honestly, gives off like World War II, wrong side of the line type of vibes. I don't really like it. So I mean, I'm still a fan. I still rep. I got the Commanders mini helmet up there on my wall. But yeah, I'd love to see more out of them this year. Man, I'm not excited for football. We got football Thursday of next week. Will be the first football game of the season. I'm freaking pumped. Um, but yeah, this is cool. This is cool, and I'd love to, own a part of my favorite team. I also would probably like to be invested in teams that I also think are good investments. I think that could be fun. Because I need Washington to show me something. As much as I love them, I don't know if I call the Washington Commanders a good investment. They are definitely something that you could buy on the dip because of how beaten down the franchise is. And it is one that has had in the past such a vibrant and fervent customer base and fan base that it could be reignited under the right circumstances. So please, Jaden Daniels, please, coaching staff, restore our glory. In terms of today's markets in Asia, Japan we're up 0.2%, Hong Kong down 1 full percent, China down 0.4, India up 0.1, London down 0.1, Paris up 0.5, Frankfurt up 0.7, Dow flat, S&P flat, Nasdaq up 0.1%, crude oil down 1.9%, gold down 0.5, Bitcoin down 4.2. In terms of what we got going on today, economic calendar wise, nothing really important. Earnings calendar wise, we've got Nvidia after the bell. We actually have a number of important companies here after the bell, not just Nvidia. There were a few, I believe, that were reporting. Was it today or tomorrow? I have to go back and check the earnings calendar. But what else is happening here? Rapid fire stock news rundown. Consumer confidence surprises to the upside in August. So bullish news with yesterday's consumer confidence data. Super Computer ticker SMCI flagged a new short report. A short report is basically saying, hey, we're shorting this company and this is why. There were a few of those that came out, right? One of them came out for what is the other one? That's Lumen, right? Well, a short report was published on Lumen yesterday. Another one was published on SMCI. So a number of short reports published yesterday with these, entities coming out and saying, "Hey, we're shorting this company, and this is why," and then that affecting the stock price for those companies. Former Intel board member quit over turnaround plan. Meta shuts down AR Studio to focus on other areas. Apple Inc.'s new streaming collaboration in India. Real estate check. Home prices continue to outpace inflation. Lilly, ticker LLY, slashes Zepbound prices by 50% for lowest doses. Walmart, ticker WMT, looks to expand fast-growing marketplace. Value option drives upbeat results. At Nordstrom, ticker JWN. Sorry, getting messages here now. Oh, okay. I'll tell you at the end. Feds file new indictment against Trump in January 6th case. My man cannot get away from these indictments in these court cases. By the way, I say my man just as like a euphemism. Even if there's somebody on the street who like tripped and fell, I'll be like, oh, my man got to work on that core strength. That balance is lacking, right? So when I say my man, that is not me taking any type of political side or political stance. I want to make that very, very clear. But that'll wrap it up here for us today. I got messages asking where you go for this. It's the same URL. And then also asking if the sale is still valid. There was a 30% off sale because it was my beautiful, amazing parents' 30th anniversary yesterday. That was valid for 24 hours from when that was posted. So I believe it is still valid. I'm not sure how much longer it will be valid, but that's www.blckwlth.com, blackwealth.com. And then also, just check on Facebook, check on my mom's account, check on my account. I'll put something up about it. But yeah, sitting super comfy and I'm ready for fall. I got my new gear on, and there are plenty of other drops that are there to make sure that you continue to rep your intentions and have on the outside exactly what you got going on in the inside, which is wealth that is growing by at least 1% daily, right? So everybody have a great rest of the day. Let's dive into markets. I'll see you back here tomorrow morning for our next pre-market prep session. Have a good one. Peace.